Good morning, my children, and welcome to your English class, the class of the teacher Jacob. So, today, my children, we're going to continue with the review of the numbers. Now, it's very important that once again we remember all of the numbers that we have been working since day one, because sometimes we tend to forget objects, letters, vocabulary, and of course the numbers. So that's why this is the reason for these reviews. Now, remember yesterday, starting with the numbers, once again, we saw from number 1 to number 50. Now remember, all of the numbers, they have their own family with the exception of number 1 and number 9, okay? Those numbers, they don't have family. Starting with the number 13, we commence with the family. Now, 13, 14, 15, all the way through number 90, remember that those numbers are the family of the teens. Now, all of the teens, they begin with the number 1. Now, finishing with number 19, we commence with the number 20. Now, if you remember correctly, that all of the numbers 20, they begin with the number 2. Okay? Now, when we finish with the number 29, which is a 2 and a 9, we commence with the family of the 30s. That means that all of the 30s, they begin with the number 3. So we have it right here, starting the number 30. Now, we continue with the number 40, which is the family of the 40s. That means that all of the numbers, they begin with the number 4, okay? All 40s, 41, 42, 48, all of them, they begin with the number 4. Now, finally, the last number that we saw yesterday is the number 50. Now, continuing with the number 40, when we get to 49, that's when we make the jump to number 50. Now remember, all of the numbers 50, they begin with the number 5. All of the 50s, all of the family of the 50s, they begin with the number 5. Now, today, my children, we're going to make a fun exercise, something that is very entertaining, something that is very fun. Now, the activity that I have here on the whiteboard, it's different than the one that you have on the printed pages, okay? La actividad que tengo en el pizarrón es completamente diferente a lo que ustedes tienen en las hojas impresas, but the instructions are the same, so it's very good if you pay attention, if you concentrate. Let's begin. Now, here, as you can see, we have several and a lot of small little dots, okay? Tenemos pequeños puntitos, and all of these small little dots, if we join them together, they create an image, a drawing, a picture at the end. But here the important part is that we have to follow each one of the dots because they are marked with a number, okay? Ahora, la actividad aquí, la parte importante es que cada uno de los puntitos tienen un número. Ahora tenemos que seguir la serie numérica correctamente. No nos podemos saltar de un punto a otro. We have to follow it properly, okay? Now, the starting point for this drawing begins with the number 10, okay? El punto de partida para comenzar el trazo de este dibujo va a empezar con el number 10, okay? Now remember, once again, all of these dots, they have a number on them, okay? Cada uno de estos puntitos tiene un número en ellos. Now, for this, I am going to make the trace. The important part here is that you help me repeat and remember the number, okay? Mientras yo hago el trazo de cada uno de los puntitos, ustedes me tienen que ayudar a repetir el número correspondiente, el que sigue, para que yo pueda hacer ese trazo. So, let's begin. Like I mentioned previously, we start with the number 10. So, for number 10, we continue with the number 11. Okay, after 11, 12. Okay, continue. 13. 14, 15. Now, this is the most important part. Like I mentioned it before, it's very important that we follow the order of the numbers. We can't go from this point to this point. There is a sequential number, okay, and hay una secuencia that we must follow, que tenemos que seguir, okay? So that's why we have the numbers. Para eso nosotros tenemos los números, para que nos indiquen qué camino seguir. So, after 15, 16, okay, continue. 17, 18, okay, I'm going to pick another marker because this doesn't work anymore. So here I have color blue once again. Okay, 17, 18, 19, and we commence with the family of the 20s. Very good. So after 20, remember we have to go back to the very first digit, which is 1. So 20 becomes 21. After 21, 22, 23, continue. 24, good. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and we start with the family of the 30s. We have the number 30. So once again, we have to go back to the very first digit, which is number 1. So from 30, we get to number 31. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and we reach the 40s, okay? Once again, remember, all number 40s, they begin with the number 4. So we have to go back to the very first digit. So 40 becomes 41. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and finally the family of the 50s. That means we start with number 5 and a 0. And finally, we get again to the very first number, to the very beginning, so we can join it together para que podamos unir todos los puntitos. Now, as you can see here, the drawing, the picture, the image that I have on the whiteboard belongs to a star, okay? Es de una estrella. Very good. Now, like I mentioned in my children, the activity that you have on your sheets of paper has a completely different image, but you have to make the process the way I did. Tienen que hacer el proceso como yo lo hice. Quiere decir that we have to start from the very beginning, from the number 1 number, and we have to join the small little dots. Tenemos que unir los puntitos, number by number, number by number, in the correct order, en el orden correcto. Remember that we can't skip, no podemos saltarnos from number 3 to number 20, or from number 2 to number 40. There is a sequence that we have to follow. Hay una secuencia que tenemos que seguir. Remember, number by number, number by number. And the most important part here is that while you are making your tracing, mientras ustedes hacen el trazo, you have to repeat the number. Tenemos que repetir ese número. Once again, so we never forget it. Para que no se nos olvide. So that's it for today, my children. I hope that you enjoy your activity. I prepared it for you so you can have fun, so you can have a good time, and also so you can remember properly the numbers. Take care. Goodbye.